How you doing? This is Corey Winkoff here, Program Director for FLG Lacrosse. I'm going to bring to you today one of our favorite fusion games for Whiteboard Wednesday, which is called Doubles. First thing I'll do is basically explain the layout of the game, how the game works. We'll talk about the purpose and objectives, which is something that we have for every single one of our fusion games, so we can explain to you and also our players what they're developing within the game. And then I'm going to kind of run through a little bit of a situation to show how the game works right here on field. So doubles is basically a game in which you cut the field in half using cones. These circles represent the cones. This box here represents the restraining box on a boys field, and this crease here and the goal represents where the players will be scored. So there's a 2-on-2 on each side. In this situation, the blue team is on defense on both sides of the field. The white team is on offense on both sides of the field. Very important that the players that are not in the game are lined up right on top of the restraining box, shoulder to shoulder, very similar to how they substitute and where they sit on the bench in hockey. And also, when a ball rolls towards these players, they are involved in the drill. They have to keep that ball in play. Now, anytime a ball goes out of bounds or if a goal is scored, the coach is going to roll a new ball into play. It's going to be the white team versus the blue team, as we explained earlier, and again, everybody is involved, which is very, very important in our games to keep all the players active, not just with their bodies, but also with their minds. Purpose and objectives of this game is to teach players to be whistle ready. When the ball goes out of bounds and new balls come in, they have to be ready. When the ball's on one side of the field, the guys on the opposite side of the field need to be ready as well. So at all times, they should be ready on the field, as well as when the coach is about to blow that whistle and resume play. Two-man games and playing picks. So because you have a 2-on-2 on either side of the field, this is a game in which players utilize those pass downs, those pick downs, those two-man games to free up their hands or maybe even free themselves for a shot or a look across the field. Now, looking to that back pipe is something that players at even a young age involved in this game can start to learn to do. So, just because the ball's on one side and they're operating on one side doesn't mean they can't look to their players who are open on that back pipe. Now, being able to move off ball is very important in the game of lacrosse, and this game teaches that. So again, if the ball's on one side, the players on the other side should be active and moving, not standing still, making it easy for their defenders to see ball and also their man. Finishing in front of the goal is a very important lesson that we teach at FLG, as well as in this game. So we don't want players fading towards the end line when they shoot. We want them finishing in front of the goal. Okay, now we have our doubles game set up. The coach always stands right in the middle right here with a bucket of balls, and he will roll one into play. It's very important to understand that the players on this side cannot cross this line. They can with their sticks, and they can throw the ball, but they have to stay on their side. If white team earns a possession, their goal is to create some sort of two-man game and throw at least one pass before they score a goal. These guys off ball should be crisscrossing or at least being active off ball. These guys should be looking to that back pipe, or maybe just bang that ball across the field, all right, and hopefully play a two-man game to generate a goal. So blue is doing their best to play defense and try to prevent them from scoring. If blue regains possession of the ball, they're going to clear the ball up the field to their coach, which is 1 point. If the white team scores a goal, that's 1 point. You can introduce different colored balls to represent more points. For example, if we roll a yellow ball into play, players must earn that ground ball with their weak hand. If they score off a pick, maybe we'll give it a 2-pointer. So there's different variations within the game that you can create to make it more competitive, fun, and also allow players to earn more points, which is something that they love. So after 1 minute of play, we are going to flip sides, and we're going to flip who's on offense and who's on defense. Now the white team's on D, and the blue team's on O. You can play this game at 1 minute at a clip, then you're going to rotate more players in, and this is doubles, one of our favorite fusion games. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you guys get an opportunity as coaches and parents to utilize this with your players. Please keep in mind, this game is great for both boys and girls, all levels. We play it with our third graders all the way up to our high school and even our college players. So hopefully you enjoyed this week's edition of Whiteboard Wednesday, one of our favorite fusion games, which is doubles, and I hope you have a great day.